Hi guys, welcome back to Hanging Out with Lori. I'm Lori. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, thanks so much for coming back. Last year, before I had a YouTube channel, on Instagram I posted my top fragrances that I would like to try in 2018. Now, they ranged everything from celebrity to niche, mainstream, a little bit of everything. And I wanted to continue that tradition in again this year. I know, I've only done it once, but traditions start when you repeat the same thing. I wanted to do it here on my channel, for whatever reason. I don't think my audience is any bigger here than on Instagram. In fact, if you look at the numbers, my reach is much smaller here, but I wanted to talk about it here, and because over there on Instagram I can only give so much information, so I wanted to do it here so I could talk about it a little bit. In 2018, there were a few fragrances I was able to try. There were some fragrances that I was able to obtain, but there were a lot that I did not get to try. Now, not everything that was on my list last year has made it onto my list this year, for one reason or another, but the diversity of my list continues to be, present. I still range everything from, celebrity fragrances to ones you can buy at the drugstore, to niche fragrances. And so let's just talk about them. Now, some of these I have no rhyme or reason to why I want to try them. Some of them I do have a backstory. Some of them, it's the bottle that has caught my eye and made me want to try them. So yeah, there's no rhyme or reason. If there is a reason to it, then I will let you know. Otherwise, we'll just go down the list. Now, there are 30 fragrances, and so I will try to make this as quickly as There are 30 fragrances, so I will try to make this as quick as possible, but you may want to grab a snack, get a drink, and come join me on my journey for fragrances that I would like to try in 2019. Now, I do have a list here, and I have filmed this a couple of times, but they're always so long, and so I'm trying to get it as short as possible. So let's just get the show on the road. Okay, the first one that I want to try is by Jo Malone. I like Jo Malone, but this one I came across when I was doing some research. I don't even know what I was searching, but I stumbled across it, and it just made me think of a Christmas cookie. And this is Jo Malone's Ginger Biscuit. It has cinnamon, ginger, caramel, and hazelnuts are the notes that intrigue me. There's a lot of other notes in there, but those four intrigue me. It just makes me think of a spice cookie with my mom's caramel melted into the middle, and my mom makes the best caramels ever, and so that's what Ginger Biscuit makes me think of. It kinda gives me a homey feeling when I read the notes. The next one is a new release, and Black Opium Intense. The bottle caught my eye. I don't know if it was a magazine, ad or what, but I saw it and I was like, oh my heavens, I need that in my life. And then I read the notes, and I got no further than blue absinthe. And I was like, yes, I have got to try this perfume. And so that one is high on my list. It also has boysenberry and licorice in it, as well as coffee. Those other notes, you know, really speak to me, but it's that blue absinthe that I just want, makes me want to get a hold of Black Opium Intense. Now the next one is really about the bottle. I think it's the limited edition bottle from 2016, 2017, and that is Guerlain's Shalimar Souffle. The limited edition bottle, it's the 50 fluid ounces. It has a peacock, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Now, the notes that make me want to try this is the jasmine and vanilla. I think that combination just is really pretty, and so I would like to try it, but it's that darn bottle, and I blame Emmy Ever After for introducing me to Shalimar Souffle. She talked about it on her channel. I will have her link down below so you can check out her review on that. But I saw that bottle and I was like, yes, please, that bottle is absolutely gorgeous. The next one is solely for the bottle. I saw this on the bottle on Sephora, and I fell in love because the bottle is so gosh darn cute. And there's a note in there that I like, and that's ginger, but it's the bottle. And that is Hermes's Twilly. He's got that little striped ascot and the little top hat. So gosh darn cute. It really is the bottle. I don't have a clue what it smells like, but I want it because that bottle is so cute. I mean, come on, how can you not like the little, you know, scarf and the top hat? Yes, Hermes's Twilly. It's the bottle. Okay, this next one, these next two are from the same house. The first one is Kenzo's Jungle, and I'm talking about Le Elephant. They also have Le Tiger, but I am interested in Le Elephant, and it's because of the notes. These are the notes that have got me totally hooked on it. It's cardamom, cumin, clove, licorice, and mango. Mango. With all those spices. I mean, it just... I mean, those spices just envelop. I can smell them enveloping me, but with that sweet mango, yeah, I really want to try that. And the top is cute with the gold elephants on there, but yeah, it is all those spices with that sweet mango. The next one is Kenzo's Amour, and it is completely the bottle. The bottle is so gorgeous. It has that curve to it, and it's just so pretty. It's like, I don't know, like a reddish purple. I just think it's gorgeous, but it has Tanaka wood in it, and I don't have a clue what Tanaka wood is. I don't have a clue what Tanaka wood smells like, and so that intrigues me. But if Lori is going to be honest, it is that bottle that makes her want to try Kenzo Amour. Now this next one happened because I came across an ad in a magazine and smelled it, and I was like, ooh, that smells really, really good. I want to try that. And that is Gabriel by Chanel, and I have yet to try it. I sniff it every time I come across it in a magazine. I sniff it because I think it is downright beautiful. but I have yet to try it. And it has black currant and jasmine. Now, I don't get either one of those notes when I smell it in the magazine. Those are the two notes that really draw me in. So Chanel's Gabriel is high on my list of a fragrance I want to try this year. Now, Anna Sue's Secret Wish has been on my list for well over a year, and the bottle is so gosh darn pretty. It's like, the bottom is like the bell of a dress, and it's like a, I want to say like a light blue, a seafoam green maybe, but the top has like Tinkerbell or a little fairy sitting on top of it. And it's just the cutest bottle. But the notes in Anna Sue's Secret Wish are peach, pineapple, and black currant. So it is a fruity perfume, but it doesn't sound syrupy, you know, like a heavy syrupy perfume. It just sounds light and refreshing, and maybe it's the bottle that makes me think of youth. And so, but Secret Wish is on my list, and I think Lori just needs to pull the trigger this year and try Secret Wish, because it's been on my list for a long time. Okay, this next one is a celebrity fragrance. This is Christina Aguilera's Red Sin. When I think of this perfume, I think of Red Hots. I do. I think of Red Hots. I think of my ex-husband's grandma's pickles that she made with Red Hots, and I think of his dad's Jell-O that he made with Red Hots. And I think it's because it has red apples, cinnamon, and ginger in it. Not that the pickles had ginger, not that the Jell-O had ginger, but just that whole combination makes me think of those homey, yummy goodies that I miss, you know, when you divorce, you know, you lose some parts that you really don't want to lose. And I lost a lot of parts that I didn't want to lose, but one of them were the pickles and the Jell-O. I will be honest. But Christina Aguilera's Red Sin really, I would really like to try. Sofia Vergara's Love has been on my radar for about 6-8 months. I also want to try Tempting Paradise, but it did not make the cut. But Love did, and this is why. Green apple and coffee. That combination, I just think, is extremely different and intriguing. Maybe it isn't different, but it intrigues me because I have a hard time imagining the combination in my head, you know, being something really good. But how can it not be? So I would like to try Love by Sofia Vergara. Now this is a holdover from last year, and one, it's the bottle. It's shaped like an S, like a lady dancing, you know. Her top half is over here, her hips are over here, so she's all curvy. Also probably shaped like an S because this is Shakira's Dance, and it was on my radar last year. I think it was that bottle that got me last year, but it has pear, caramel, and vanilla. And to me, that just makes me want to have a snack because I can't eat apples. I'm allergic to apples. So, you know that caramel dip that you get that you dip apples in? Well, I dip pears in the caramel because I can't eat apples. And so to me, this is a yummy snack that Lori would like to have in perfume form, so when she wants to eat these yummy goodness, she can spray it on, wear it, enjoy the inviting scent without it going to her hips. So that is Shakira's Dance. All right, this one did not make the list last year. It was in the running, but it didn't make it. But this year it made the cut, and that is because of 3 notes that are in this perfume. And I like that one of them is a base note. It's not a note I would consider as a base note, but it is a base note. And that's Taylor Swift's Wonderstruck. She has dewberry, which I can honestly say I have no clue what a dewberry is. If you know what a dewberry is, would you leave a comment down below and tell me what a dewberry is? Say, Lori, don't be a dork. A dewberry is blah, 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 blah. And a dewberry smells like blah, 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 or it tastes like blah, 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 blah. But what's a dewberry? It has honeysuckle, which I think is such a beautiful scent. And then peach is a base note. Peach. You know, usually peach is not, or at least I have not seen a perfume that has peach as a base note. Maybe there's lots of them out there, and I just am an uninformed fragrance lover. But I thought that was so intriguing that she would think to put peach as a base note, because it is such a beautiful scent that can get lost, you know, as the notes start to intermingle with one another from, you know, the top to the bottom, you know. So I find that just highly intelligent to have peach as a base note, because it is such a beautiful and rich scent. So Taylor Swift's Wonderstruck is on my list. Now another one that is a holdout from last year is Justin Bieber's Girlfriend. I know I have heard lots of good things about Girlfriend, and I've heard lots of bad things about Girlfriend. But one, I like the bottle. I think the bottle is very unique. But 2, it's got pear and apricot. So yeah, do I like fruity fragrances? Yes, I do. But I like that combination of the 2. Because they're both fall fruits. So I wonder what other scents, you know, are really, you know, how they mix with one another. So I don't know if it is a warmer vibe fragrance, but I'd like to think so. The next one on my list is Oscar de la Renta's Something Blue, and it's solely for the note of linden blossom. I'm making a huge leap in saying I think a linden blossom is probably a flower, but I don't know. And what does it smell like? I'm intrigued. So that's why it made the list. Now the next one is Liz Claiborne's Curve Appeal. I told you guys we range. And that's because there's apple, iris, and jasmine. I love jasmine in fragrance. It used to not be something I liked because I was highly against anything floral in a fragrance, but I really like jasmine right now. And I like apple, probably because I can't eat them. But I'm also really becoming very cognizant of iris in perfume. I think the note is so different. You know, it's got that green woody note to it that it kind of contrasts between apple and jasmine, and so that just really intrigues me, you know, that these three notes are all together in this one bottle. And so I want to try Curve Appeal, and if I didn't say, it's the purple bottle, but I want to try it. The next one is totally for the bottle, guys. Totally for the bottle. They have a different bottle now, but I want this bottle. And it is shaped like a spaceship. It's Cacharel's Lulu. It's got a blue base with a red top, and it literally looks like a spaceship. And it has plum, anise, and marigold. I love plum. It is probably one of my favorite notes in fragrance. But marigold is very earthy, you know. There's nothing sweet about marigolds. They just smell like an earthy flower. There's nothing floral about them. So plum, anise, and marigold. There's other notes in there, but those three, you know, you've got that syrupy sweetness of the plum, then the spicy zip of anise, and then this earthy marigold. It just sounds really good. But it's that bottle. I want that bottle. Now it has like a triangle bottle. I don't want that one. I mean, I can try the fragrance that's in that bottle, but I don't want that bottle. I want the spaceship. I mean, if I'm gonna be honest with you. The next one is Flower Bomb Nectar. Now, I wanted to try this before I even saw the notes, because I was thinking this would be like a sweeter version of Flower Bomb, and I can't say it is or it isn't because I have not tried it. But then I looked at the notes, and the first note is gunpowder. Come on, is that not the coolest thing? It's got to have some type of metallic scent to it, I would think. I don't know. That's just my guess. But when I read that note was gunpowder, it automatically shot to the top of my list as my #1 fragrance that I have got to try in 2019. Gunpowder, people. Gunpowder. Okay, this next one has been on my list forever. One, the bottle is absolutely adorable, but two, it is a licorice based perfume, and that is Lolita Lempica. And I like the spiciness, you know. I like spicier notes. I like the smell of licorice. I like that note, and so I really want to try Lolita Lempica. But come on, the bottle is adorable. Proenza Schuler's Arizona is a holdover from last year, and I read an article about Arizona in a magazine, and it just really intrigued me how they came up with the idea of this fragrance. Now, it has cactus blossom in it, which, you know, makes sense. But Solar Accord, so they say it does have kind of a metallic scent to it, but I have a hard time wrapping my head around what a Solar Accord smells like, because to me, I would think that, you know, the heat of the sun, I guess, smells different to everybody. I mean, you know, you have that ozone smell, but I would think it smells different to everybody. But I could be wrong. I am probably wrong, but that's just what I think. So Arizona just highly intrigues me, and I want to try it, and I'm hoping 2019 is my year to try it because I want to see what a solar accord smells like. Okay, this next one, I'm afraid I'm going to slaughter the name, but it's Givenchy's Ange ou Démon. Is that right? Angel or demon. So good or bad, I get it. I think the idea is awesome. It has saffron, which, you know, is usually red. I think it can come in white, I think, but it's usually red. And then white cumin. And then there's floral notes. I don't care about the floral notes. I care about the saffron and the white cumin. Come on, what a spice bomb that must be. I want to try it. The whole concept, the whole idea behind, you know, good and bad, angel, demon, really, really interests me. Okay, the next one hit my radar when I saw it in a magazine. And that is Dolce & Gabbana's The Only One. Now, I like The One. So I really want to try The Only One. And it has violet, iris, and coffee. And so again, that iris, that, you know, green woody note pops its head up in a fragrance that I want to try. But to me, iris and coffee, it sounds different enough that I want to check it out. I don't know if I will like it as much as The One. Maybe I'll like it more than The One, but I really want to try it out. Okay, we're almost done, guys. The next one is Dune by Christian Dior. Now, the Dune bottle is cute. It does not suck me in like Fahrenheit, which is a men's cologne. But it has a couple of notes that really, I've never heard of either one of them, and so I want to try it. It has wallflower and palisander. I am a wallflower. I know what I smell like. And I don't think I would make for a very fragrant, you know, perfume. But what's palisander? Those two things intrigue me. Now, I'm assuming wallflower is probably some floral note. And, you know, I could have read up on these notes to find out what they were like, but that kind of takes away why I want to try them. Because these fragrances have me intrigued by some of these notes that I've never even heard of. I think this one also has broom in it. I don't have that written down, but I'm going off of my head that I believe this one also has broom in it. I could be wrong. But wallflower and palisander. Highly intriguing. And that's Dune. Le Rive has a fragrance called Cash Woman, and it has persimmon and pomegranate. Now, I think persimmons are the cutest fruit there is. They just so cute, but I have no idea what a persimmon tastes like. I have never eaten one, so I don't know what it smells like, and so I want to try Cash Woman because I want to smell persimmon and pomegranate in a fragrance, because I like pomegranate in fragrances, so I can't imagine those two not smelling good together. So, but that's often how my mind imagines persimmons to smell like. So, and that's just based solely off of how they look, which I think is highly adorable. This next one is Escada's Magnetism. I want to say it was Rhonda Larice that talked about Escada magnetism that made me want to try it. I will leave her link down below. Go check her out. It has pineapple, lychee, caraway, and caramel. Now it has a boatload of other notes, but those are the ones that really have me interested. Caraway with pineapple and caramel and lychee. I don't know what lychee smells like. I know it's a fruit, I believe. Maybe not. Maybe it's a flower. I don't know. But that pineapple, caraway, and caramel, those three notes together just sound so intriguing because caraway is kind of a spicier note. And so I want to try Escada magnetism. Prada de Iris hit my radar a year ago, a little over a year ago. And I don't know why it hit my radar. I think it was the bottle, the simplicity of the bottle that kind of caught my eye. But it has galbanum, I don't know what that is, iris, and incense. Now here's that iris, that green, woody note again, but with incense, it actually makes total and complete sense to me. Completely. I don't know what it is, the thought of those two together that clicks in my head. I want to know what galbanum smells like though. I do. So Prada de Iris is on my list. Paco Rabanne's Lady Million, it's that bottle. Is it not the most gorgeous bottle ever? It looks like it's solid gold diamond. That's what it looks like to me. But it has jasmine, gardenia, orange, and amber. Now, I love amber. I do. It's probably one of my favorite notes. And jasmine, I love. So it's to me, it sounds kind of like a floral bomb, but with this creamy goodness at the base. But then you've got I think orange bitters and then orange blossom. So you've got some balance in there that takes away that sweetness, so it's not just overly suffocating, I guess. No, I've never smelled this. That's just kind of what it says in my head when I read the notes. But it's that dang bottle. That bottle is so gosh darn pretty. The next one is Lancome's Poem, and it's because I was reading about it, and Poem doesn't follow the typical roadmap of a fragrance, meaning that they did not follow, what is typically believed how fragrance should go from a top note to your middle and then down to your base. That it doesn't do that. It doesn't follow the typical roadmap, and so that really intrigued me and made me want to try it because it's different. It isn't. It's saying I can be a fragrance and I don't have to be like everybody else. And when you think of it, a poem doesn't have to be, there are set standards for poems, but sometimes there's just poems that tell a story with no set, guidelines. They just tell a story. And I think, to me, that's how my brain envisions poem being. It doesn't follow that classic structure, and so because I am a girl who does not follow, the typical map one should follow or what is believed one should follow, I really want to try Poem. Now the next one is Dior Addict. I first heard about Dior Addict on some YouTube channel, and I don't know the name of her, or I would put her link down below. I just stumbled across her, and then Jodi Peacock talked about Dior Addict, and she made it sound just as wonderful and grand as this other person that I had watched, that I had just stumbled across. And so I will leave Jodi's link down below so you can check out her review on Dior Addict. But to me, one, it's that bottle, that sleek dark blue glass bottle, just looks, I mean, talk about sophistication in bottle form. Just beautiful. But it has a note that I have never heard of, and that's Night Queen flower. And so I want to try it out. Now, I've heard lots of good things about Dior Addict, and I've heard lots of bad things about Dior Addict, but I want to try it because of that Night Queen flower. What does that smell? To me, it makes me think of something wet. You know, a flower that only blooms once dusk comes, and it's a wet floral and very rich. But that's just me guessing off the name. I don't have a clue what it smells like. I don't know. But those ladies made it sound just so heavenly and divine and sexy as all get out, and I can get behind a fragrance that is sexy. So Dior Addict is on my list. The next one is Mugler's Angel. Yes, I have not smelled Angel. I would like to try it. Again, it has caraway in it, nutmeg, plum, chocolate, caramel, and apricot. Now, I love plum, we know that, but that caraway note, again, it pops in there with that kind of spicy edge, but caraway isn't like overly spicy, but it has some hint of spice to it. But then chocolate caramel covered apricots. That's what my brain thinks of. It makes me want to eat them. Come on. It just sounds different. Such an odd combination. But there's people who love Angel, and so I want to smell it, try it, see what all the hype is behind it, because it is such an odd combination, but it seems to work for people, and so I want to try it. Okay, this last one, it releases this year, and it's by Natura. I'm hoping I'm saying their name right, and it's Crisca Mania, and the bottle caught my eye. It kind of is, I want to say shaped sorta like the Beyonce Pulse bottles. No, Heat bottles. Yeah. It's kind of shaped like that, but not so deep. But then has the colors of like Escada magnetism. It's a very beautiful bottle. It caught my eye, but the notes are pink pepper, cardamom, salt, walnut, caramel, amberwood, and cacao. Now there's some more notes in there, I think, but I love the idea of salt and pepper. I mean, I know pink pepper has a different scent to it, but I like that saltiness to fragrances sometimes. It just adds a totally different depth that you wouldn't have without it. And so, and walnut. I don't know of another fragrance that has walnut in it. And so those really are the ones that really grab me. Now the other ones, yes, they sound really good, you know, chocolate and caramel and cardamom. You know, I'm thinking let's go have a cookie. But it's that walnut and salt and pink pepper that really stand out to me, and that is Criscamania by Nectar. Those are the fragrances I would like to try in 2019. What are some fragrances you would like to try this year? Is there any on this list that you have tried or own, and what do you think of them? Is there any on my list that I mentioned that you're saying, Lori, stay away from it, you will hate it? Let me know down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was long, but I hope you enjoyed some of the fragrances I would like to try. I am going to try some of them. Some of them I may not be able to find, but I'm going to try to get my hands at least on a sample of every single one. That is my goal. You guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. That would mean the world to me. It helps me know that what I'm doing is well received by you and that you guys are liking these videos. And if you aren't subscribed, make sure you subscribe before you leave and hit that notification bell so you're advised whenever I upload. You take good care of yourself, okay? Be safe out there, and I will see you on the next one.